Oh, see you, everybody. Alrighty, been a hot minute. We've had a lot going on. Had my youngest daughter Madison, her college graduation. She is now a graduate of Wallace Community College. Got her degree in PTA, physical therapy assistant. So she's gonna hopefully pass that test soon and start working in that. We're all crazy proud of her. But she's had a rough go these last couple months, and just trying to support her and be there for her, and just having family time. And then of course Mother's Day, birthdays, all of that going on. And it's been raining like crazy out here, so we've been working on a lot of that, having to deal with it, so stuff's getting behind. But I wanted to show a win. Actually, there's a couple wins here, but I have never been able to grow grapes ever. I'm just terrible at it. And this is a store-bought, just one of those little sticks in a bag you get from Walmart and big box stores. And I plugged it out here next to the pig fence, because normally I wouldn't have, sheep or goats in here like I had that one time. So it would be perfect to let them just take over this top trellis, and anything that grows through or falls down, the pigs can eat. And this is only a year old, and I just wanted to show. I can't wait for these to do something. It's pretty cool. We've been able to do wild grapes in the past, but never store-bought grapes. And these are, I believe, are green. And I just want it to grow this year. I'm not going to be pruning or doing anything like that. Just trying to get it up here. I had to zip tie a few little pieces because I wasn't expecting it to take off. I've never had grapes take off like that. And this one is definitely doing it. It's a beautiful plant. So that's what I want to see right there, where it's starting to grab of its own accord. And I'll come back through once fall gets here and cut the couple zip ties off that we have. But yeah, it's a very healthy little plant, doing great. And she's going to need some pruning once I get her grown out, figure out what's going where with her. My little Anna apple that burned, but she's coming back. My comfrey from a permapasture farm. They said that they were a sterile variety, but dang if it ain't flowering. I reckon we'll see what happens, which if it ain't sterile and I get babies, I'm cool with that too. Here's my mosquito factory. My experiment. I was copying some friends of mine. They pruned a bunch of their stuff down and just took the sticks and stuffed them in a barrel of water, and that's what I'm doing. Looks real bad at first, but then as you can see, there's new growth that pops up. Got some new growth on a lot of these, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to prep me some pots and probably leave them in the water for about another month. Let's see, we got lots of new growth popping up on these, and you can see where she's starting to root. So these will definitely be viable, and these will be one of our wild variety mulberries. Even these little pitiful sickly looking ones still putting on roots. So I believe the name of their farm is Scrambled Egg Farm. Good people. But it's what we're supposed to do as a community, and borrow ideas from each other, and stick with what works. Advance the cause of homesteading and gardening and farming. As you can see, with all this rain and lack of getting out here, the weeds are trying to take over. I got that wild amaranth that I'll feed to the pigs. But hopefully, me and Madison, my daughter, will get out here today. We're not going to weed today, it's just too wet. But we're going to try and pick some of these green beans. If you actually take a look. Look here. this past week they've just gone crazy. We got green beans all over it. And I grew these for my wife, and she loves them, so we will be harvesting green beans hopefully today. Got the onions are getting overrun, which most of this I can get in here with the electric cultivator, kind of like I did these potatoes. You can see that's a before, and that's from a week ago. And I'll start cultivating again. And once we get that done, we're gonna have to do these by hand, the beans, just because the plants are too close together and too tender. These potatoes are jamming, looking good. Definitely not perfect by any means, but not bad. Be thankful for anything we can get. Peppers are looking great. There's that little cachucha. Died back, but we kept the roots alive through the winter. That second one didn't make it. It's just a stick now. But that one, hopefully we'll get some cachuchas on it. There's the marigolds that we transplanted out here. We got this little guy right here. He's got one little green patch coming up that isn't weeds. That's a little weed right beside it, but I'm fairly certain that that's coming up from the root. So I'm gonna let that one go. And this one, it had one on it, but a rodent come up and ate it. But she's flowering. This is one we saved. There's another one right there. I believe these are the little purple ones, little sweet peppers. But that one's coming up. And we've got these tomatoes looking good. Yeah, starting to make. There's all kinds of little bunches on there. You can see down in there. And they are actually growing hog wild. I'm gonna just let some sprawl out and some come out the top and just see what happens with them. I may eventually come in here with some scissors and prune some, but they're looking great. I had a couple with some pretty good sized tomatoes on them. I'm gonna have to come in here and find them again. But all of these, like, you know, just starting to bunch out. Some nice little tomatoes. I got a weed in between them. Them seeds are coming up like crazy. The marigolds that I planted up here, we actually had several come up. I'm not seeing any right here. I don't see none. But I've got all those I can transplant. I need to go ahead and work on that too. There's a little tomato hiding under there. There's some good ones right there, hiding down inside of her. Yep. About ping pong ball size. There's a beautiful bunch of them right there. Looking good. There's one of those marigold seedlings right there. Got a tomato with some stuff on it. Oh, that's a good size one. Nice little bunch right there. Tons of flowers. Looking good. There's another little bunch down there. Some here. And some of these are already like 4 foot tall. And there's one with some damage on it. We'll see. And then you get down here that's in the heavily shaded area, and they just are a lot slower growing, so we'll see what happens with them. They were smaller seedlings as well. And also for my friends at Scrambled Egg Farms, I got some little pepper seedlings. I'm trying to see if I can find it on screen. Yeah, right there, there, and there to finish off the row, because I had these planted. So I will need to get some marigolds down in here, plugged in between them. And we can go ahead and weed before it gets crazy again. These are just starting to bloom. Let me see if I can get some light. Just starting to bloom on there. Looking good. See, there's a few little peppers on this one right there. I don't know. These shadows. There we go. So there's some peppers on some of these. Let that one hiding in there. So we just keep the critters from getting them. That'll be pretty nice. Some good looking little pepper plants. Like I said, potatoes looking good. Sweet potatoes are okay. And next week, hopefully not this weekend that just passed, but next weekend, yeah, hopefully next weekend, I'll start plugging holes in this and we'll get this planted out. Hopefully everything underneath it is smothered decent enough. I need to go ahead and weed that onion row right there too while we're at it. I'm gonna come in here with the turkeys. We've actually, since I moved the pigs out, I hear you guys. Both of the hens have gone broody, the turkey hens, and they're sitting on some eggs. And I got that little white, little cross hen right there. She's also broody in there. But I wanted to walk in here and see what was coming back up. And there's definitely sprouts. Now, whether or not those are wild sprouts or the seeds I put out here, who knows? But that was all I wanted to be certain of, that we had growth in here. There's our two broody hens. Yep, you got a turkey egg in there. How you doing? Oh, several turkey eggs. Nice. I'll leave you be. I'll leave you be, ladies. Yeah, we have a fire ant bed that keeps establishing right there. I'm gonna go ahead and treat it and see if I can't prevent what normally happens. These turkeys will hatch their eggs and then the fire ants will kill the babies. There's definitely a lot of seed sprouts in here, which with all this pig manure and turkey manure, this one ought to regrow pretty quick. A lot of grass coming up right there. So that's good. A couple more weeks, it'll start getting green. There's some stuff coming up in here, but nowhere near as quality as what's coming up in the other one. I can see that just from standing up here. But we need to start working these males down. While I've got this many in there, I'm trying to see if they'll expand that water hole all the way over to there. I'm trying to get them to work it for me so I ain't got to do much digging. But once this is good and green, we'll go ahead and move them over here, and then I'll seed that and get it going. But this rain has definitely helped. What's up, Gracie girl? I love this. There's a squash come up in here. That's pretty cool. Got our old egg eater goose in there. I'm thinking once a month I'll move them, so I'm thinking June 1st I'll go ahead and put the girls over here. I'll walk the field, make sure there's no ground cherries in there. That's the biggest problem growing up in there, is ground cherries. And we'll go ahead and deal with that. But yeah, there's a lot of grass coming up in here, so I'm happy. We'll definitely have this field regrown in no time, as long as we keep getting a little bit of rain here and there. It'll be looking good. What you thinking, fellas? I need to go ahead and, starting this week, start working these guys down. Knocking down some numbers. Those larger ones like him and him over there be first, and just start working our way down. That way, hopefully when I move them over here, I'll have smaller numbers so they won't be as detrimental to what's growing out here. But yeah, well, in case you couldn't tell, the battery died in the camera, so I'm gonna call it right there. These are the birds we hatched from our eggs. They're definitely ready to be moved. They're starting to jump out. And as soon as this rain passes tomorrow, so Wednesday, I should be getting them set up and moved out into the larger brooding area to let them finish growing out and getting accustomed to being around the other birds. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the video there. Hope you all have a great one. Wado for watching.